Hey everybody, thought I'd do an update. Haven't shown you these peas. These we planted in this little container here on the deck, and they're growing up. And they got some little peas on them already. Chickens are over here. Chickens. This is my chocolate mint, which I'm definitely going to have to cut and figure out what I'm going to do with it. Then I got some tomatoes in here. These are cherry tomatoes. This is the vein down in there, and there's other tomatoes here. I planted them just recently. And then here's some over here. These are my self-watering buckets, so these will do great. Here's some teeny ones down here. Small ones. So, chocolate mint. You have a favorite recipe? What do you like to do with your chocolate mint? Personally, I love to just pick it and chew on it while I'm out in the garden because it tastes wonderful. These are our daylilies. Got a steal on those at Walmart. Actually, we found out after we got them that they're about double the price, and Walmart actually wanted us to pay the double price, but they had a mark drawn. So we got them anyway. And I think we got them for like $2 when they were supposed to be $8. So it was great. We did raised beds this year. You may have seen that earlier when they were empty. And let's see here. First, here's a peach tree. Planted a nice peach tree. Tried to tell Alan, take the 2 peaches off of there for the first year and let it just grow, but he wants to get the peaches, of course, so peaches are still on there. We got some carrots over here, which had to be reseeded several times because of the cats digging in there and using it as a litter box. My radishes go into seed, which I have no radish seed, so I thought that'll be fine. The lettuce I love, I really don't know. This was at a mix. I don't know the name of it, but it looks like this, and it tastes yummy. Oh, and these little flowers, just pick the flowers off, and they're peppery, so you can eat the flowers. People don't think you can eat flowers on stuff. Sure, you can eat them. Okay, here's my tomato side. First right here, down here, Tigger melons, yay. I'm hoping they'll grow up on this panel here, which I got over. You can see it with the table underneath, shade cloth on the top. Once the plants grow tall enough that the shade cloth don't need to be there, we're just rolling it up on the sides right now. It'll be off of there in the summer. And hopefully it'll be covered with all kinds of squash and peas and beans and everything to make it nice and shady underneath. But I'm also going to put plastic on this and use it as my greenhouse in the fall and early spring so that I can plant more things in there. We'll see how it goes. It is a little difficult to get in here just because this is a 4x8 bed, and you can reach through these big old openings on the sides, but it's just a little harder for this one middle one. But all these tomatoes are going to trellis up in here on this this trellis, this string trellis here that we put up. And down here we got some peppers. This one's a purple bell pepper. Alan doesn't like hot peppers, so we plant mostly sweet peppers. I do like peppercini peppers, and that's what these 2 little peppers are here. And a marigold, of course, and another marigold. Grass. Let's get this grass out of there. Ta-da! Look at that long root. That is a long taproot, and that's why lots of times you can't get the grass out of things, because you got to get that long root. But here we are again, tender crop celery coming up again. This is the cat's favorite part. You may see some things around here which are cat feces because they keep digging in here. But see all these little skewers? That has deterred them. And putting the drip hose in the center, like this, has deterred them. These are my tomatoes for this year. Here's my Bolivian rainbow pepper. And as you can tell, it is Doing pretty good. It's got a lot of peppers on there. Some of them are starting to change. They start out purple and they progress through and change to red. But there will be yellow and orange, different colors in between. All these tomatoes are doing great. We had some terrible bugs on these tomatoes. Just beginning. Look at this poor little thing. He was just being ate to death. And to tell you the truth, around here, we seem to get all the bad bugs first. And huge multiplies. I mean, they're just in here and terrible. So I'm going to pick off this sucker right here while I'm thinking about it. So I did 7 dust them. I don't normally always 7 dust, maybe once a year. And then the good bee bugs and stuff will be here, and they'll take care of them from now on, so I won't have to redo them again. These are my, let's see, over here we have beans, and this is my first year for square foot gardening, so I'm trying to kind of like it said online and in the books, and it seems very packed in to me. But these here are my Kentucky pole runner beans, and they're starting to run up the side, which is awesome. In between there are some snow peas, and then we have some squash and zucchinis and cucumbers and more beans and squash, zucchini, and cucumbers. So I just keep checking down in here, making sure there's no, oh, there's a baby squash growing. I don't know if we can get you to see that or not, but we're going to try. Down there. But yeah, there's some baby squash, and then here's some beans in here. And actually, that must be a female flower, because there have been no flowers yet opening. So I would say that's a female flower, because the female flower is the one that has the fruit on it. A lot of people don't know what a female flower is or male flower, but it's really simple. If you look and there's a fruit, it's a female. Look at these banana peppers over here. Let's see if we can get here. Here we are. Peppers in here. And they're actually dark. I'm surprised. They will turn red, but normally they're a little lighter than that. So, but I have some lettuce out here. I tried to sprinkle stuff around and get some stuff growing to keep the cats from digging in here. So there's radishes all growing in here. There's some sunflowers growing in here. Over here, some more carrots over here. Marigolds. Look, and then there's the dandelion. Well, dandelions don't get to grow in the garden. They grow outside the garden. But look how tiny they are, and they're easy peasy to pull out. This is your easiest gardening thing right here. Fingers. Just do it. And look, here's some radishes are doing good. So maybe these will be okay. Dragon kale. Doing pretty good. There's some bells in here. Look. This is the Keystone Giant bell. And then what I'm hoping, let's see what this pepper is. Well, I don't see his name tag. I'm hoping he's another one, but I'm not sure. He's a mystery pepper. And then over here are some, look at there, there's little eggs of something on there. We're going to get those off before they decide to hatch. But these are my zucchinis, no, white eggplants. And those are supposed to give us little white eggplants. And this is my romaine lettuce here. And as you can see, it's doing pretty good. Over here we have our potatoes, and they're made with the lasagna method. Whew, it's hot out here, can you see? Whoa, I'm just sweating like I don't know what. It's very hot out here. But lasagna method, this means we put the potatoes down on top of some papers, put the straw over top of it, and then we will be putting more straw on top of this, and we'll get all of our potatoes. We won't have to dig them, they'll be on top of the ground. And I also decided to put out some sweet potato slips. Let's see if we can find it on here. There he is. And I'll put a couple more over here. I've never tried this with sweet potatoes, but if it'll work with a regular potato, I don't know why it wouldn't work with a sweet potato. These are potatoes, they're everywhere. So we're going to try, see if we get any potatoes. Let's experiment. Nothing, nothing, nothing. We've had tons and tons of rain this year. And right down here, the red amaranth. Let's see if we can see it. There's some right there. And there's a few little ones there. Another one over here. Let's see. It's hard to see with this iPad because the sun is shining on everything. It's so hot today. I planted some sunflowers on this side. They are not up yet. Some more lilies. Let's see. And let's see what else we can find up here. It's so hot today. I tell you, our roses do really well at the spring. Then they wind up getting this black spot and turning naked. And as you can see from this one, it is pretty naked. So, I don't know, we generally clip it back down, fertilize them, and they come back out. So, it's just been so rainy that it doesn't do us any good to try and put anything on them. I probably could get something for black spot. Oh, as I looked in the yard, you may notice there's lettuce growing up in the yard. Now, I did not plant lettuce in this yard. How those seeds got here, I don't know. Although I do know I had to replant the lettuce many times this year because of the cats. So probably the cats carried the seeds over on their paws, and that's how it got there. Over here we have Jerusalem artichokes. And this is one. And there's one there. And there's another one over here. And these are doing great. I got these last year in the middle of the summer. So I was worried that they wouldn't grow and they wouldn't make any bulbs. So I didn't dig them up last year. I just planted them and went along. And lo and behold, they have come back up. And here they are in the front. So hopefully they'll do well. These are our castor beans. These came up volunteer because we had them last year. So we moved them over here to the side of the house where they could grow and they'll be fine. We like them for the foliage. They're very poisonous. So if you do grow them, then you need to be very careful that your animals or kids and stuff don't eat the seeds or the leaves because they are poisonous. I do have some okra planted over here that hasn't came up yet, so we'll just keep on waiting. I think it's been about a week and a half, maybe about a week and a half, so they should be coming up anytime. Sometimes they take a little longer. It's been cool. Let's see, this is the front yard. And what do we got growing on up here? I'll show you my parsley that overwinters up here in this wheelbarrow. And let's see. Here we go. This parsley here overwinters in this wheelbarrow, and it has a few flowers mixed in there. But as you can notice, something has been eating all of the parsley. But that's okay. It'll still produce enough seeds for me to have more parsley later. And if you look, there he is right there. And the other day there were 5 of them on here. So I was afraid I wouldn't have anything left. But that is a little monarch butterfly caterpillar. And he'll change into a monarch butterfly when he eats enough of this parsley. They love parsley and dill. Now I had parsley and dill in here. And I'm surprised that it doesn't look like any of the dill has come back. But the parsley reseeds itself and comes back every year. So far so good. Look at these little eggs right here. Not a good thing. And those eggs will be removed and destroyed. See these eggs right here? Let's see. Those eggs need to be destroyed. So those are done. That's one good thing about checking your garden often is you'll see those. You can destroy them before the pests get going. Over here, I have a couple tiny Tims and Bolivian rainbow pepper. Here's a Bolivian rainbow pepper. And these are actually my bonsai ones that I'm growing for the bonsai contest. These here were sprouted this, I think it was February. And they're growing well in these pots. Here's one here too, and you can kind of see the peppers are changing colors. And they'll grow and they're getting their stalk now, and another month or so they'll probably be chopped down, and we will try to start the bonsai process. So here's a Tiny Tim tomato right here, and it has several tomatoes on it underneath there. It's hard to see, let's see. Winds are blowing too. There he is. And I need to get him watered. And over here we have our gooseberries. 1, 2, 3. We got those on sale too, 2 for $5. So over here another Jerusalem artichoke. 1, 2, and 3. I ordered about 10 pounds of them, and I did the ultimate mistake with Jerusalem artichokes. I left them in the bag and didn't pay attention to making sure they were wet, and a lot of them just died, and within a week they were completely desiccated, dried up, and they didn't grow. So I learned my lesson there. If you get them, plant them. This ground cover here, I got it in a flower arrangement, to tell you the truth. Rooted it, and look at it, it's doing great. It comes back, this is the second year coming back, and this year it's got little flowers. I don't know what it's called, but it's pretty, and I like the lime greenness of it against the dark mulch. Let's see. Something else I'd like to talk about. Box elder bugs. Do you have box elder bugs? Oh my God. Until this year, I don't think I ever saw a box elder bug, but this year they have overrun our place. Here they are here, the larvae on my hostas. And you can see, if you see in the mulch, you can see them crawling around everywhere. Everywhere. The little babies, the big ones are black and red. And supposedly, you know, they don't hurt anything, but I do not like them at all. We don't have any box elders in here, in and around our place. I don't know why the bugs. Oh my gosh, look at this on this pot. They are all over that pot. Soap and water spray will supposedly kill them, which I'll be doing this afternoon. I did bring the palm out. This palm is from South Carolina from our trip last year. And this year we didn't go back to South Carolina. We did day trips, and we had a lot of fun. But this palm got to come outside, and eventually it is able to grow in our area. So we're going to give it a shot with mulching. It can grow in Missouri. Lamb's ear over here. It's called lamb's ear, and it is blooming its head off. And honeybees are down there working them right now even. Let's see if we can see. Honeybees. Well, I can't find him right now. Stupid iPad. But he's down there, trust me. Over here is a couple more Tiny Tims. These Tiny Tims I'm growing for seed. A lot of people wanted Tiny Tim seeds. This is my first year growing them. I put them in pots. I was going to just grow them in the house. I do have one in the house that is just for seed because he won't be contaminated with anything else because he's the only one in the house. But these are determinants, which mean they'll put on all of their tomatoes and then they'll ripen, and you'll pick them all and then they'll be done. But I'm going to see about the one in the house if I can't actually get it to grow more tomatoes. We'll see. Down here is the chives. These chives are 2 years old now, which is surprising. They've bloomed a couple times, but they tend to, the bloom stalk tends to die, and I don't get any seeds. There's two different kinds, and this one's dying out, but this one's still doing great. This one's flat, so I know this one is the garlic chives. So garlic chives are flat, and the regular chives are round. So over here I have another chocolate mint. I brought that one inside so I'd have some mint in the wintertime for my tea and just to chew. I love to just chew on the leaves because of the mint flavor. Over here, I'll show you my avocado before we go. And this is my avocado. Now this poor little thing, he was a little taller than this stake. And last year I decided I wanted more than one stick. So I cut him. And I cut him way down here. Way down here. See him cut there? See all of these little leaf nodes that are coming out? Well, those have been like that for a year. A year. One grew and it became extremely long again. Up to here. But then this spring, just about 2 weeks ago when I brought him out, he grew this one. And look right there, finally I have another branch on my avocado. So now, I'm realistic. I know that this avocado will never grow any avocados, especially for outside. Although I might be able to get an avocado on it inside. But now that it's at least got another branch, I know that I'm going to be able to at least trim it up and keep it more of a, not a bush, but at least trimmed and not taking over my house whenever I move it back inside. He's you know, a little worse for wear for being inside for so long, but with the weather the way it was, I had to leave him inside a long time. Now this was going to be a bonsai pepper that I was trying, and now he was from last year, so I couldn't use him in the contest that we have, but he was going to be a practice one, but he did not make the bonsai process. This one, I cut it, and actually I had the idea of a bonsai last fall when I brought this in the house, and I cut it, and these leaves stayed like this all winter long. It did not grow one single leaf all winter. And now that it's brought outside, you can actually see it's trying to put on peppers, but I want it to grow leaves. So, oh, so harsh, but you got to pull them off. Pull them off, or it'll put its energy into these little peppers and not into growing. So I just picked off all those little buds, and now it should get some more leaves, and when it does, I'll let it bloom the next time. And it's a banana pepper actually, but isn't that a great stalk for some bonsai? And who knows what those roots look like underneath there, and that's part of the fun about a bonsai. Over here, hydrangeas. These are from last year. These were 1 year old now, so they are just really small, and I hate to even let them flower, but Alan wants to just let them flower and do what they're going to do, so we're letting them do whatever they do. Let's see. I'll come down here and show you. This is my plum tree. We planted him alongside with the peach in the back, and he doesn't have any plums, but he doesn't have to this year, and maybe we'll get one next year. But if not, a couple years without plums will be just fine. Look up in the yard here. Castor bean. You can leave it grow. Castor bean. Castor bean. All these are little castor beans. And we had one plant here, and evidently it dropped enough seeds that they're just growing. And we'll leave some of them, and some of them will just get mowed down. This is our little planting area up here. Most of the plants are really spring, and now that it's almost summer, they've died back. You can see the irises here. Look, seed pods, and I've never seen seed pods that big, but I'm going to let those grow, and then we're going to harvest the seeds and grow them in a flower pot until we get them big enough we can bring them back outside. The same with this tulip here, if there's any seeds in there. Lilac. He's small but growing, but he's in the shade of this large magnolia, and I say a magnolia bush, but he's at least 12 to 15 feet tall, probably 15. He's close to that power line, and doing beautiful. Just beautiful. So as you can see, it's pretty quiet on our neighborhood here. Really quiet. Our neighbors do take care of their lawns, most of them. You see what we get a look at over here on this side. Not very happy about that, but not much I can do since we live in a village. This house is kept nice. This field is usually baled up. It'll be baled up within another week or so because the 4th of July they'll be shooting fireworks and stuff. And the guy in this house, where all those tractor trailers are, owns that land. And actually he lives in a metal house. He built a Morton building and converted it into his house, and that's what he lives in. And it's pretty neat. It's actually kind of what I want to do in the back eventually. But this, this is our place. And today is June the 15th, 2013. And this is my front yard. We built this deck during our vacation. Whenever one of our day trips was to Menards to buy some lumber. And we built this porch, basically. It's a 6x8, and we'll build another one on this side, and then we'll hook the two together and put some new steps up. Those old concrete steps been there for years. This house is a 1995, and it's been here since 2000, I think. It was moved here, and it's a nice place. Let's see, what else do we got? Oh, box elder bugs just keep jumping on me. This is walking down our drive. You may or may not notice, we still have Christmas lights up. They're not so much up as they're on that nail up there, and I couldn't get them down without climbing on the roof, and I didn't want to. So I need to get up there and get them off because it is June 15th. The chickens, doing great. They're on this side. And you may or may not know that our cat had kittens in the nesting box, and they are doing well. And the mama and the kitty is way, well, I just cannot get it to zoom in today. Way over there, and you might be able to see her. This is the chicken yard. I did put a green planter in here where we have some wheat and just bird seed and stuff thrown in there for greens, and that way it'll grow through the fence. And as you can see, that chicken is on top picking out the greens that she can. And we throw lots of stuff in there, and all the clippings, and we actually let them run out here in the evening just before it gets dark and they go to bed, so they can run around for an hour or two outside. So this is our backyard, and my brother lives over here, and a couple kids rent this house, which helps my brother pay his payment. And then over here we have our storage shed, and their cute little storage shed behind there, and my garden, which is small. Now this year it's small. We're trying it out. We'll see if we like it. We do. We're going to add several more beds next year, and I think probably 3 or 4 more beds at least over here. So we're rural. We live in a village of approximately 120 people. And as you can see, we're pretty spread out, so no one's on top of each other. All these trees we planted ourselves from little seeds. So this tree here, it's a Cleveland pear. It's decorative. It blooms white just like the Bradford pear, and it has tiny little seeds on there, and it is a fast grower. It was much smaller than this even. It was $10 or $15 when we got it at Walmart, and it is about 7 years old now, 6 or 7 years old, and doing very well. We had another one planted right here, but a visitor came to visit one day when I wasn't home with a trailer looking for junk. And he backed into the tree and killed it, snapped the roots off, snapped the trunk actually off the root, and it killed it. This is our herb bed. Rosemary, thyme. Alan has some lavender in here, but we do find that we're using the thyme and the rosemary quite a bit. So These are my white datura, and oh my God, are there a ton in there. There's just a million of them in here. Now all of these grew by themselves. I didn't plant any of these. It's self-seeded. I had 3 in that pot last year, and there's just hundreds of them in there. So we're just gonna let them grow, see what they do. I should, cut most of those out of there, but alas, I'm not going to. And we're back to the tomatoes. But really, here is all of this mint, which I love chocolate mint, but I'm never going to be able to use all this, but I'm not really sure exactly what I'm going to do with it. So I am going to try and probably cut it and dry it. I just don't know yet. If you have a favorite mint recipe or something that you like to use mint in, just besides maybe tea or something, let me know. I'd love to figure it out. Somebody said, well, you can make mint jelly with it. Well, I don't believe I've ever had mint jelly, and it might be something I'll try. This is our dog yard. There's a dog. Roscoe! Roscoe! Roscoe and Dixie. They're 2 little Chihuahua Terrier mixes, and those are our 2 dogs. And we're back over here. Cat's eating. And the babies. You can see one of the babies are in there. Hi, babies. Baby kitties. Yeah, here's the mama. She's a stray from the neighbors. And the neighbors moved out and left two cats. We thought they were boys. Well, because Alan told me they were. I didn't look. And they both were girls and both had babies this year. So these cats live in the chicken house with the chickens. And here's one little one right there. Need to wash out their water bowl. It's dirty today. Somehow the chickens like to get in the bowl. That's why it's up on those bricks. But I don't understand it. But they're always, messing up something. Chickens ate half of the, you can see, tore the heck out of the plastic and styrofoam. They ate all the styrofoam out of the walls. Had no clue chickens would do that. This year we got to fix that. So I think this video's long enough, and I'm sure you're tired of hearing me. So I'm going to say goodbye, and hope you guys are having a great day. Happy Father's Day to everyone. Happy Father's Day to even the mothers, because, mothers deserve recognition even on Father's Day. So have a great day, y'all. And I'll try and get this uploaded in just a few minutes. Thanks.